Nope. Wait a minute. This one. I wanna be the very best. The best there ever was. I've been into Pokemon ever since I was a little kid. It's one of those likes that was passed down to me from my older siblings. Both of them played the games and owned some merch, and some of it got passed down to me. After all, my sisters were so cool, therefore the games they played must be cool too. It's simple child logic. Plus, it had all these cool little monsters that were designed to be very marketable. There's no way my child brain wasn't engaging with all of that. I was so excited when Professor Oak asked me my name. I answered everything honestly. Even naming the rival after a frenemy I had in school. Let's call him Alphonse. When we got to the Pokemon selection process, I was so nervous. I picked one that looked good, and then I fought Alphonse. His Squirtle kicked my ass. Childhood me restarted the game until I finally got a win with none other than a Bulbasaur, who I named Bubu for obvious reasons. I encountered many hurdles and setbacks in my adventures with Bubu, but I'm going to focus on two main ones. The first came when we reached Vermilion City. You know, the part where you get to the SSN and you have to go get the MO cut from the seasick captain. Well, every time I tried to talk to the captain, Alphonse would kick my ass for no reason. I could never get past him. So what did I do? I left the SSN, and it sailed away. Good riddance. With that roadblock out of the way, I headed to the gym, only to realize now I couldn't get into the gym. At first I thought I could use Surf to get around that pesky tree, but then I realized that you only got Surf later in the game. I went to ask my sister for help, and after begging for her help, fine, give it here, she agreed to help me. Turns out we had to reset to the last save file and go through the thing again. She beat Alphonse, got the MO cut from the seasick captain for me, and then I just hit pause on that for a moment. You know how bad game design that is? I could have left the boat and hit save. What would I have done then? I would have had to start the game from the very first, are you a boy or a girl? This is a kid's game. At least don't let the ship leave until I have cut that thing I need to progress through the game. Walked into the gym and managed to beat Lieutenant Surge quite easily. Every time I did something to get stuck, I would travel across the lands. I would search far and wide until I came across my sister. And like the true Pokemon mentor she was, she would bail me out every single time. Be it telling me how to get the Pokeflute, how to advance the game in general, or whatever. Thanks to her helpful advice and my blind determination, me and Bubu bulldozed through every opponent we found in the Kanto region until we reached the Elite Four, where we promptly got our asses handed to us. I had watched Bubu grow from a level 5 Bulbasaur to a level 70-something Venusaur, but still, we weren't able to beat the Elite Four. I racked my brain for days trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. In hindsight, it's painfully obvious. You see, my strategy when it came to Pokemon was to grab my favorite Pokemon, in this case my old pal Bubu, and level the crap out of them. Then we just bulldoze through anything. Now, I wouldn't let the rest of my team be super weak, so what I did was replace the weakest member with whatever strong Pokemon I came across. The highest level Pokemon in Victory Road that I could find were these level 46 Onix. So, by the time I fought against the Elite Four, I had a team comprised of Bubu, a few Onix, and an Articuno I had wasted my Master Ball on. And so, I couldn't even get past the first member of the Elite Four because, lo and behold, all our Pokemon were Ice type. I always thought they were simple water types. Bubu should be able to beat them no problem. but he kept being one-shot by Ice Beam. Not only that, I didn't have enough time to revive him because the ground-type Onix were also basically one-shot by Lorelei. It was only once I went to my sister that she told me what I was doing wrong. She helped me level up a few Pokemon and we managed to get past the Elite Four and Alfonso. And so, I became the master of Kanto. My adventures continued for a while longer, with me exploring everything I could in this region. We captured Mewtwo and kept on training, besting everyone around. I got Bubu up to level 82 before I stopped playing the game. I had been through many good adventures with Bubu. I would never forget him. But now was the time to stop. Except Heart Gold had a feature where you could bring in Pokemon from previous console generations. And since that was the next game I played, I managed to keep the ball rolling. He and Mewtwo came with me to the Johto region and we kept smashing through opponent after opponent, even managing to beat Red at the top of Mount Silver. It is during these adventures that I managed to get Bubu to level 100. My sister had taught us well, and now we were masters of 2 regions. We would go on many different adventures in the games to come. Except I made one mistake. A friend asked me to lend him Bubu and Mewtwo, and ever the innocent child, I trusted him to take care of my best Pokepals. Now, for context, this guy was a pathological liar. He told me once that his father was Fernando Alonso and that he had the whole Pokemon card collection in his basement and hundreds of other things. I shouldn't have trusted him, but he was my friend, and I always give people second chances. Apparently even if they don't deserve them. He told me he only wanted to play around with Bubu for a week, but when I came to get him back, he told me that his dog had swallowed the game cartridge. Bubu was gone forever. I would never see him again. There can only ever be one true Bubu, but every time I get a Bulbasaur in any shape or form, I name him Bubu in honor of my best Pokepal. To this day, I wish I had Bubu. But oh well, you can try to catch 'em all, but you can't always keep 'em all. That's a lesson that even Ash had to learn. So tell me, do you want to catch 'em all? Then watch all my videos. You find a new Pokemon to go after in every single one. Maybe. You have to watch them all to find out. What's your favorite Pokemon? Do you want more stories about them? Let me know in the comments below.